reason why some parents actually don't want to yell. Some parents actually don't want to be hard on their kids. But how can you explain a mother, having to hustle, or a dad having to do 3, 4, 5 jobs, and then you come back, you stay stuck in traffic, you come back, you still have to probably prepare dinner or something, and then you might not even have that dinner to prepare, and then you're actually thinking already from the previous night, you're already thinking is very important in parenting. And you know what, even when it comes to helping our children or setting them, putting them on the right path, money is needed. You need money to send them to school, you need money to clothe them, you need money to give them good shelter, you need money to, get them into acquiring soft skills and all of that. So we cannot underrate the importance of money, and that's why we brought you here tonight to come and demystify this money thing. Tell us how to multiply our income. Tell us how to budget properly so that we won't be transferring money aggressions, on our children. So the floor is yours, Barbara. Please go ahead to share with us. Thank you. Can you hear me, Barbara? Oh my. Hey. To our audience, can you hear me? Please type in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, Barbara, please go ahead.
Okay, so I went out of line. I mean, I didn't get what you said at the last moment. I had to switch network. Please, what did you say the last time?
Okay, I said you need to teach us how to multiply our money. Teach us how to save properly.
Okay, I get you.
Teach us how to budget properly so that we won't transfer money aggression, that money anger. When you you are thinking, the little money, so just bring it hot. Just bring it hot.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much, Sandra, for having me. Okay, so these days we hear a lot of stories. Thank you. We hear a lot of stories about how parents struggle with their finances at home, and I want to tell us that it's not really about how much we earn. It's not about, oh, I earn 10 million naira per month, or I earn 100,000, I earn 200,000, I earn 50,000 naira. It's about how we're able to manage what we earn, the little we earn. Because let me give you an example. I worked with a client, and this person is a business owner, and when he looks at his profits on a monthly basis, his profit was between 800,000 naira to 1,000,000 naira. But this man was in a serious financial mess. I mean, he was almost in debt. He had a family of 4. He had 2 children. He was just going through a lot financially. And when I analyzed his financial issue, I found out that he was spending a lot of money on school fees. So his school fees for his 2 children was about 1.2 million naira. Now, I'm not saying it's not good to give your children the best life, but it's about looking at what you earn and providing quality education for your children with what you earn. So you shouldn't live above your earnings. So we found out that he was spending a lot of money on his children's school fees, about 1.2 million naira per term. Oh, that's 400K per month. Then he had a lot of lifestyle creep. He was what I refer to as a man of the people. So he likes to, give out money to people. If people say, oh, please, sir, I'm having issues, he just gives them 100,000. He gives 200,000. He just gives out money. And when you put all those things when you add it up, it results to a lot of money. So, I mean,
Yeah.
after we analyzed his statement, I was able to structure his finances for him properly. So that's what I'm trying to say. So some people feel, oh, I mean, I'm not earning a lot, or I earn a lot. But the thing is, for people that earn a lot, like they say, more money, more responsibilities, more
True.
problems. Everyone is fine. Everybody, there's this song, Dangote still they find money. Everybody is finding money. If Dangote is finding money, who are we? We are still finding money. But the thing is, if God has blessed you, so maybe you're at a state of you earn a particular amount of money, and God has blessed you, you're now earning maybe like 10 million. The thing is, at times there's a lot of pressure. You see, I work with a lot of coaching clients, so I see people that even earn a lot of money and they are so scared, they are so worried. There's a lot of pressure. When that money comes, they are thinking of, oh, they need to cater for their business, they need to fund their business, they need to take care of their family. A lot of things are pressurizing them, and at times you find them not even being happy. Is that not weird?
So sorry. Sorry about that. Welcome. Mm, mm, welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Network kicked me out. So let's wait for our guests. Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. Okay. Barbara, I sent you a request. Mm, I sent you a request, Barbara. Okay, great, great. You can hear me. Okay. Okay, so we're waiting for our guests to come back in. Mm, Okay, she's unable to join. Let me try. Let me try. Walking in abundance, moving with the speed of the Holy Ghost. I am favored. How many of you walking? Come on. Walking. Papa, can you see my request? I sent you a request. Network, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good. Sorry about that. She's trying to join. He's trying to join. So sorry about that. Network is so good. I'm trying to get her to come back in. Trying to get her to come back in. I think her network is really acting up. She's not able to join, but she's refreshing and will be with us shortly. I don't know why she's not able to join. Uh, I don't know why she's not able to join. I think her network is a bit glitchy. Just give us a moment to sort it out. Mm. Please help me tell the network of sex conscious parents to be kind. She's not able to join. Let me ask her to. Okay, she's here now. Let me see if I can get her in. Okay. Uh, let's see if she can join us. Yeah, thank you for waiting. Barbara sent you another request. Okay, she's back. Glory to God. Sorry about
Thank
that.
God.
So sorry
It's
about
fine.
that. Okay, so please fire on.
Okay, so where I stopped was that example I gave. So most
Yeah.
people, they face problems in their homes, and this is because of lack of proper budgeting. And I would like to define what budgeting for proper parenting actually means. So budgeting for proper parenting means managing your money in such a way that you can give your children the best. So like that example I gave of that of a client I worked with that was earning 800,000 naira to 1 million naira. He's a business owner, but it was a serious financial mess. And a huge chunk of where his money was going to was children's school fees. So it's not like you shouldn't give your children the best, but it's about looking at what you earn and still giving them the best with what you earn. So it's not about the amounts you spend on your on school fees that would shape your child. It's about building the right culture for your children, and this actually forms proper parenting, so to say. And I want to talk about fear of money, because some parents have fear of money. So I mean, irrespective of whatever you earn, most of us are scared of money. I call it chromatophobia. That's the fear of money. So fear of spending money, fear of touching money, fear of saving money, fear of investing money. Some of us, we know that the ideal place to put our money is not in the bank. Like you create a savings plan, but it's not in the bank. But because you are scared of, oh, if I should put it in this particular place, what about if they run away with my money? Am I really sure about this institution I want to put my money in? Blah blah blah. So there's a lot of fear, and we need to kill that fear. We need to overcome that fear. So once we are able to overcome, how can you overcome that fear? So to say, the way you can overcome it is by learning how to budget, mastering budgeting. And what is budgeting? So to say, budgeting simply means having a plan for your money, not letting your money control you. So definition of budgeting is like an estimation of your income and expenses over a period of time. This could be a month, this could be a day, this could be a week. Okay, so planning for your money. And I always like to liken a budget to a compass or a Google map. Now, what does a Google map do? A Google map simply gives you a sense of direction on the best route to follow. So, for example, let's say I'm in Victoria Island and I want to get, and with my Google map, the Google map will give me the best direction to get the mainland. So it will help me reach my destination faster rather than me using my head. So a budget gives you a sense of directions to reach your goals faster. So it's not just about, oh, I earn 100,000 naira, I'm going to plan the money in my head. Most of us say we want to plan it in our head. I would advise that you need to sit down and actually do the calculation. So even if you earn 100,000 naira, you earn 200,000 naira, plan for that money. Budgeting simply means how you're able to manage that money. It is the first step in financial management. It's the most important step. Once you're able to master budgeting, then you can start talking about investing or other aspects. And budgeting actually means how you're able to allocate your expenses, how you're able to allocate your allocate that money you earn into expenses, savings, and investments. So imagine if you don't know how to budget it, tell me how you can invest. So it's about how you can allocate your money. So even as a parent now, you have your child, and your child says, oh, daddy, I want to buy I want you to buy me PS5. As a parent, you should be able to say no to your child. If you cannot afford it at that time, you should be able to say, oh, Junior, next year or in the next 6 months, when the next PS comes out, if it's PS6, I'll buy it for you. But right now, I can't afford it. We didn't plan for it. So if it's even a vacation plan, your child tells you, oh, daddy, I want to go to Disneyland. My friend showed me pictures of Disneyland. You should be able to say, oh, son, we didn't make provision for Disneyland, but next year, that is going to work times 2 harder to ensure that how much it was, but it was a lot of money. When I converted into naira, I'm like, what? For someone that is 17-year-old, they're giving this person this amount of money, and this son started threatening his mom that, mom, you must increase my stipend to be among the cool gang. And this woman was almost entering depression because of, the demands the son was making. And this was because she didn't have a good, proper parenting for her son. If she was able to teach her son how to save, how to invest, if I help the son to work hard for his own money, okay, so maybe he was in 200 level at that time in university, but she should have taught him, you need to work hard for your money. I can remember when I was in school, how time to plan. I mean, at that time, as a university student, I was able to go back to school and buy, clothes, buy things with my own money. That alone was, I mean,
sorry.
Unexplainable.
Yeah.
It was unexplainable, but I wish I had the knowledge of budgeting theory, which is 50, 30, 20. They say 50% for your needs. Your needs, that is your groceries, your feeding. Okay, so as a family, you need to set aside money for your feeding on a monthly basis. This is for moms. Feeding above your means. Wow. So you know what you are earning, but so there are different plans. So apart from even health insurance plan, there's education plan, there's educational savings plan. So for example, now you say that you are a parent and you already have, let's say, 3 children. Okay, so you're a family of 5, or you're a family of 4, you're even a family of 10. Okay, so you should be able to plan towards your children's school fees. So even if your children currently are in, maybe one is in nursery 2, the other one is in GS1, I tell you that it is not too early to start planning for their university education. It is not. There are different plans that you can utilize. So you don't need to wait for oh, it's time for junior, or it's time for Cynthia to go to university. Then you start looking for money. Oh, I want her to. All of a sudden, you just remember that you want Cynthia or Junior to go to Canada. No, you can start planning from now. Yeah, I'm a single lady. I'm not yet married, but I would bust your head. I started planning for my children's education. Yes, I started exploring plans for my children's education because I don't want to be caught unawares. And I've seen a lot of money conversations on from people that I know. Most people, not most people, but people I know, they started planning for their children's education. Like they're gone past exploring for their educational plans. They have even started setting aside money for children that have not even given birth to. Yeah. So you can imagine the kind of plan. They're already laying a good foundation for their children they haven't even given birth to. So you already have children, and currently they are young, they are tender, they are in nursery, their parents are in primary school. You can start planning for their university education. So you want them to go to Canada, you can start saving. So you know your child is going to enter university at the age of 18 years old. So currently the child is, let's say, 4 years old. So 14 years from now, start setting aside money towards that child's educational plan. Yes, so you don't need to wait until that time. And if you start saving from now, and maybe the child is supposed to go to a school in Canada, and you start saving from now, we all know how the naira to dollar, forex, and everything. True. So imagine if your child is supposed to go in the next 14 years, and we do not pray for that, but maybe that's when naira to dollar is like 2,000 naira to $1. Oh my God. You will just be sad. You just like, oh, how I wish I started planning earlier. Okay? Yeah, so you can start saving in dollars now. Okay, you can start saving in dollars. And what else? Yeah. So basically that's just that on that. So it was in talking about health insurance plan, I started talking about these other things. So your wants. Now, the good thing about budget is that it actually gives you the freedom to spend your money. And in budgeting, you have to splurge. So most people say, oh, people that budget, they are misers. They don't set aside money to enjoy themselves. That is wrong. Even in your budget, you should have plan for splurging. Like you say you want to, yes, you already have plans to buy groceries, you already made provisions for rent and everything, but once in a while you can make up plans to go out, dine out as a family. It can be a very expensive restaurant. That is splurging. Do you understand? So it's not like, oh, this budget is just so strict. I've already allocated this for this for that. This.
Yeah.
But when you're able to balance it all up, then everything is good. Then the other 20% is for savings and investment. Now, this is Elizabeth Warren's theory, 50-30-20. But when I work with my clients, I always say that, no, when I advise people generally, I always say that yes, there's a rule 50-30-20, but it's personal finance. So do you? You mustn't go with the 50-30-20 rule. There are some people that they don't have so much responsibility. So maybe they just have a child. You might not want to do 50-30-20 rule. You might want to do another rule. It depends on your responsibility. You might even want to do 70-20-10. You might want to do 70% for your needs, 20%. You might want to do 10% for your short-term goals, another 20% towards your long-term goals, like your retirement plan, whatever it is. I always say, do you? And when I work with my coaching clients, I look at their different responsibilities, their family responsibilities. Plays a significant role in a particular budgeting rule to follow. So this is what I want to allocate to my savings. Of course, long-term goal, because Junior is not a retirement plan. Yes, I have trained up Junior, but I don't want a situation whereby I'm 60 years old and I'm like, Junior, didn't I spend 10 million naira on you? Please come and take care of me when I retire. No, you have done whatever it takes. Yes, you have trained up your child and everything, but you should be able to have a plan for yourself. Okay, so if Junior wants to take care of you, fine. If not, you are, as a parent, you have set up a plan for yourself for the long term. Okay, it's very, very important. It's very, 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 it cannot be overemphasized, really. So this budgeting thing it's really a lot. But I would say when you want to start budgeting, either for a month or maybe you want to start budgeting for a new year, there are different steps you take. Okay, if I talk about the steps, there are different methods you can use with budgeting. Okay, so I talked about the most simplest step, which is even just carrying pen and paper and just writing it down. You can use a budgeting journal. People call it money journal, people call it financial planner, they call it budgeting journal, whatever it is. Use a budgeting journal. It will help you allocate your money. So you know that, okay, it's when the month of October, so you already know currently know that you are in a deep financial mess. So you know, oh, okay, I want to start planning towards my November budget. What happened in October will not happen in November again. So you can get a budget in the journal, start planning for your November. So if you are a salary earner as a parent, start planning. If you are a business owner, you need to separate your business from yourself. You need to put yourself on salary, and from that salary you're able to allocate, okay, this is what I want to allocate to this. Because at times, if we are not careful, everything seems all muddled up. So if you're a business owner and you have substantial money in your bank account, you can just say, oh, I just want to take this. No, you should be able to put yourself on salary. You should be able to have a particular amount that, okay, this is my own, so that you won't put, because the example I gave of that person that was earning 800,000 to 1 million naira in profit, because he was taking from his business unknowingly to him, it was affecting his business. He wasn't even able to pay his staff. So there must be a separation. You and your business, you are different. Okay, so another method for budgeting is using Excel templates. You can use Excel templates to budget. So it all depends on, I would say, the type of method you choose is based on your kind of person. If you are a pen and paper person, please use a budgeting journal. If you like to see things holistically, maybe in your phone or laptop, you can use an Excel template. If you just like to always see it maybe on your phone, you can use budgeting. There are different budgeting apps you can use to budget. So I won't say use a particular method. I would say if you're just starting out, try out different methods. And over a period of time, you're able to see the one that works best for you. So yeah, so if you're just starting budgeting out, if you're new to budgeting, you haven't been budgeting in the past, we have been able to see that budgeting is very important. If you have not been budgeting today, if there's anything you will take out from today's webinar, I will say start budgeting after now. So if you have not been budgeting before now, the first thing you need to do is to analyze your bank statement. And the thing is that most of us are actually scared to go through our bank statement. You're like, okay, we see the debits a lot, but do you know that when you actually sit down with your bank statement, you're able to see that, oh, okay, are you serious? This is where 10,000 naira went to this subscription plan that I did not even use, or this is where 20,000 naira, or you might even find out that you were debited twice for one transaction. So you need to just build up that confidence. You just need to sit down with your bank statement. If you have not been budgeting in the past, look at it. After looking at it, maybe you will now find out that, oh, I spent XYZ on Ashwebi. You would not be like, Ashwebi, really? Do I even know this person I bought Ashwebi from? Or maybe I just bought the Ashwebi because I just wanted to feel among. Maybe it's my friend's friend. Do you understand? It's very, very important that you review your bank statement. The next thing I would say is identify the items you need to cut down expenses on. So yes, you have reviewed your bank statement, but what do you need to cut down your expenses on? It could be that subscription plan that you did not use. It wasn't necessary. And if you're not careful, you just realize that, okay, yes, it's automated. Every month you're just removing maybe 20,000 naira or maybe 50,000 naira monthly like that. So you ask yourself that, do I really need this? And the way it is on social media, we see a lot of advertisements. Come and buy this, come and buy that, 50% off. All these people, they know what they are doing. They want you to buy their services or their product, 50% off. It is 50% off, but the thing is this in your budget? Did you plan for it? So for the fact that something is cheap or for the fact that something is on sale doesn't mean you should buy it. Is it in your budget? So the next thing I'll say is identify your money mistakes. Okay, so we need to admit the fact that yes, we have made a lot of money mistakes. It could be that, oh, we were just splurging. So we didn't even have a budgeting rule. We're just buying things based on our own emotions as parents. We see this particular thing, we buy. We see this particular thing, we buy. Yes. So, I mean, follow a budgeting rule. That is 50, 30, 20. The next step I would say is identify your total income. So as a parent now, be it you are a mom or you are a dad, identify your total income. So some people say they want to join income, mom and dad, they want to join income. That is based on agreement, okay? So you can decide to do that. You can decide to have an account whereby you put both parents, both the mom and the dad, they set aside a certain amount of money towards their home. Okay, so you can decide to do that. So identify your total income and maybe as a family decide the amount of income you want to set aside towards your monthly expenditure. Okay, so the next thing I'll say is identify your expenses. So identify your expenses, break it into needs, wants, savings, and investments. Use a zero-based budgeting approach. So if you are a parent here and let's say you earn a 500,000 naira or you earn a 1 million naira, I always advise that give every naira a particular work to do. Okay, so if it's 500,000 naira, you can say, oh, 50, 30, 20. That is 50%, 500,000 naira, 250,000 naira is going towards needs. 30% is going towards wants. Okay, 20% is going towards savings and investment. Okay, then the next thing I would say is pay yourself first. Automate your savings. No, I mean, some people say that it's until they start earning a lot before they should save. So even with that is not true. That is not true at all. Even with the little you earn, you can start saving. You can start saving. Okay, so now I'll give you an example of someone that was earning 800,000 naira, that was in a financial mess. Now let me bust your head about someone that was, some of us might relate, some of us might not relate, but this was someone that was earning 40,000 naira. Okay, so 40,000 naira in this Nigerian economy, but people are surviving. That's the funny thing. But he was devastated, and he just had to reach out to me. 40,000 naira. His wife was earning 20,000 naira. She's a school teacher. Yeah, both their income put together 60,000 naira. On top of it all, they have a child, a beautiful daughter that is 6 years old. I mean, they have to take care of their child, right? And they were living within their means. They were living in a face me, I slap you apartment. You understand? So their amount they even set aside towards their rent, they were living within their means, so to say. But this man was really pained because yes, they are living within their means, but afterwards, there's some things he needs to spend money on. He cannot afford a decent living. So he reached out to me, and I was like, okay, do you know that apart from what you earn, so he was working in a supermarket. I said, do you know, apart from what you earn from your salary, you can also monetize your gifts. You can monetize your skills, so to say, your talent. Everyone on this earth has a talent. Even the Bible says that Jesus Christ, there was a story about people that God gave different talents. To 5 talents, was it 2 or 3 talents? Another person 1 talent. Everybody has a talent, even though it's 1 talent you have. This guy was like, I don't have talent. Which talent do I have? So I even had to search him. I had to ask him some questions, and this made me realize that he could write. I was like, do you know that you can earn in dollars using some platforms online with your writing skills to earn in dollars? I was like, really? I said, yes, you can. There are different platforms online. There's Upwork, there's Fiverr that you can use. You can monetize your skills. You won't even earn in naira, now you earn in dollars. So he started exploring that avenue. So I was like, okay, apart from your writing skills, what other skills do you have? He was like, skills. So I was like, okay, he knows how to drive. Obviously, someone that is earning 40,000 naira, he doesn't have a car. I was like, okay, who can you get a car from? I was like, he can get from his uncle. I was like, okay. So you work between the hours of 8 to 6. Okay, 8 to 6, and it was earning 40,000 naira. The work was very strenuous. Okay, but what do you do between 7 to 12? Now you're looking for money. You can't be sleeping. You can't be sleeping. You have to sacrifice something. At that point in time, you need to sacrifice your time. You need to sacrifice your time in exchange for money. Your children, your wife will understand. So that is how he started driving Uber with his uncle's vehicle. Okay, so he was making an average of, when he started, it wasn't easy, but over a period of time, he was making an average of 5,000 naira on a daily basis, driving Uber between the hours of 7 to 12. 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira times 7, because he was doing it every day. Times 7, that's 35,000 naira times 4. That is 140,000 naira. In addition to the 40,000 naira the man was earning before. People are going through a lot. But I was happy that I was able to give him those ideas that liberated him from moving from that stage he was. So 40,000 naira plus 140,000 naira. This man moved from earning 40,000 naira to now earning 180,000 naira put together, plus his writing skills. So over a period of time, he was now earning about 2,000 naira monthly on Fiverr, using Fiverr. So imagine if he was just like, I'm earning 40,000 naira. Well, I'll just stay like that. I'll just manage. There are opportunities around you, and you would even be surprised that the solution to your problem lies within yourself. How you can monetize your gifts. Also by being willing to monetize your gifts. Because it's one thing to say, oh, I have a gift, I have a skill, I have a talent. Are you willing to put in the work to monetize that skill? He went through a lot because it wasn't easy. Imagine someone working between the hours of 8 to 6, and you still have to drive Uber because you're trying to, increase your income. After which you now still have to find time to write on Fiverr and earn money. But the most important thing is that you have been able to, like, nothing good comes easily. Nothing good comes easy. You can't say that you don't have money and you are sleeping. You can't. Over a period of time, if he wants to leave that job, he can leave the job, but he must have been able to, look at different parameters that, okay, 40,000 naira. I mean, I've been able to earn this on a monthly basis consistently. My Fiverr is working for me. I can even decide to, with my earnings put together, I can decide to start a business. So it's over a period of time, actually. Yeah. I think I'm done with that. I've covered tools for effective budgeting. I've covered types of budgets, Elizabeth Warren's budgeting principles. In the midst of talking about budgeting, I think I talked about why we should budget. It helps us save more money. So in saving more money, that's when I talked about someone that was earning little, but he was still able to save. Yeah, so budgeting also helps you to, it helps you, it puts you under control. So it's like you are you're like the CEO or the CFO of your life. You can be able to say, oh, this is what I want to spend my money on. And the thing is, okay, yes, do you know, funny enough, I have dealt with different kinds of people. Some people will tell me that, oh, Barbara, do you know that I actually have a plan every month? But the thing is, I don't know why I can't stick to that plan. I find it so difficult. Thank you. I find it so difficult to even save. I actually have a budget. I have an Excel template, but it's so difficult. There are so many responsibilities. I even have multiple streams of income, but I can't even meet up with the responsibilities. And I would say that some people can budget, but most people, because of, there are different factors to make your budget work. So as a parent now, it could be that the kind of circle, the kind of people that are your friends matter a lot. Do you have a money circle? So I'm not saying that you should throw away your friends, but do you have a circle of friends whereby you talk about money, you talk about savings? Oh, let's set up this savings plan together. It's going to be fun. Okay, let's look at investment opportunities together. Do you have that money circle? Do you? So those things are very important. If you have a circle of friends where everybody are saying, Cynthia or Sandra, is the next party I'm thinking about, or I'm thinking about traveling to Seychelles or Dubai. I'm not saying all those things is not good, but if it's all about spending, what about savings? What about investment? So the kind of circle you keep matters a lot, and having a lot of these money conversations is very, very important, because at times the society, the social media, we see things. We can even have a budget, we can even have a plan, but we might just see one advert like this that buy this in 50%, and all these people, they are very good. They are just like, this is what you need right now. If you buy this thing, your life will turn around, and you're just like, let me just buy this thing. But the thing is, it's in your budget. Is in your budget. It can't wait. You need to prioritize expenses. So this particular expense can be dragging you. It can be a personal development plan. Okay, so I mean, like I said, different buckets. So it can be like, oh, I've already set aside money for my personal development. So if you look at ads, maybe you see that, oh, I want to solve this particular problem, and you have looked at, oh, okay, what is my personal development budget? Okay, it's 100K. This ones they're saying is 250K. We'll see next time. I will plan for it. It's not, I mean, we should be able to say no. I think it's very difficult for some people to say no. Some people are just people pleasers, or they just want to buy. They just feel they have the money. But the thing is, having the money does not necessarily mean you can afford that thing. And I will shock you that you can even have 1 million naira, but you can't afford that thing because you have already allocated money to different things. So you can have 1 million naira, but you can see something of 100 or 200,000, and you're like, I'm sorry, it's not in my budget. It's not in my budget. I can't afford it now. You know that you have the money, but you cannot afford it because you didn't make plans for it. Simple. Yeah, you didn't make, nobody's going to beat you. You didn't make plans for it, you did not make plans for it. Don't let people pressurize you. You should be able to stand for, your plan. And stick to it to the end. So budgeting also helps us plan for investment. So you can see how budgeting is linked to investment. So we can't be talking about investments when we have not even talked about budgeting. It helps you plan for investment. So as parents, you can be able to say, oh, okay, like I said, I'm 50 years old. What I should even be thinking about now is my retirement plan. So let me even budget or make a plan towards retirement. So at this age, I'm not even thinking about crypto because of my age. Let me not go and invest in something that would give me high blood pressure, or let me not go and invest in something that is volatile. Okay, so I always advise a diversified portfolio, but it all depends on your age, your financial responsibilities, and other factors around you. So yes, some people can be cashing out of crypto, but if you are a younger person, you can decide to, look at that aspect. Look at all those aspects. But if you are an elderly person, look at investing in safe asset class. Okay, so if you're a younger person, because you still have time, you're a parent of, let's say, you got married very early, maybe you're like 25, 27, you can still look at those aspects, but you also have to bear in mind your other responsibilities. You don't take your children's school fees and go and use it to go and do crypto, or go and use it to go and do forex. Some people are they have a high risk appetite, okay, but there are some things that you shouldn't just investing at that particular time. It's not running away. It's always be there. And when you want to invest in something, have the right knowledge about the thing you want to invest. Don't just say, oh, I want to go and invest because people are investing in Dogecoin, or Elon Musk said invest in this. No, invest in that thing because you know that you have read about it. You know that you are investing in this thing. You know that it's risky. You know that you might likely lose that money, but you are ready to face that risk. And also other parameters you have looked at. You have been able to set aside money for your children's education. Your own front will not suffer. Not that you are a man now and your wife will say, honey, please come and give money for food. You will not even believe where my money is right now. Don't worry, money for food is coming. No, you can do that after you have done the most important things. Then you now look at what you have and say, okay, this is what I should allocate to this. This is what I should allocate to this, to this, to this, to this. Do you understand? It's very, 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 very important. Budgeting helps to stop overspending. Okay, so spending without thinking can lead to overspending. Sorry. Okay, so budgeting helps us to reach our goals faster. So like that person now, I gave an example. Both people, the person that was earning 800,000, the person that was earning 40,000. Okay, so the person that was earning 800,000, it was because he was able to look at his books and see that more them why don't you teach them how to make money? Why don't you set them up so that it doesn't look like they are always on you. Oh, come and give me money. I need money. I need money. I need money. And when I told him this, he was able to set up some of his brothers up, and his financial responsibility has dropped from about 80% to about 20% now, because everyone is like on their own now, independent. So financial freedom is like yes, is what we crave for, but you know this person has achieved financial freedom to some extent. So it's not even just about not being able to work every day, but he has financial peace of mind currently. He has so I'm done. I don't know if anyone has any questions, so let it not look like I'm just talking.
Wow. Thank you so much, Barbara. Thank you very much. It's been very
Thank you.
insightful. Thank you so much. Do we have any question for Barbara? If you have any question for Barbara, please just drop it in the chat. Barbara has dwelt so much on budgeting, everything, even your investments, your savings. It all rests on the foundation of budgeting. I mean, if you don't budget, how would you, you know, factor in what will go into your savings, what will go into your investment portfolios, and all of that? If not, you'll just be, giving. Money will keep leaving you, and there will be no plan at all in view, to get money to flow back to you. So this has been very expository. Thank you, Barbara. Do we have any questions? Any questions for Barbara? Thank you so much. So, Barbara, how do you work with people? You have, I know you have coaching services. So, let's say people need help, with their finances. So we can just buzz you. What's your program like? Tell us a bit about that.
Okay.
So our viewers that are interested can pop in.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Sandra. So I work with people on a one-on-one basis. We're currently working on our course, self-paced, that would, help you garner the right financial knowledge. But currently what we have is a one-on-one coaching session with me, which is an hour. Okay, so you can either work with me for an hour. So we look at, where are you financially? Where do you want to be? We'll develop strategies for you to reach your financial goals. So it will also identify, what has been holding you back from reaching those goals. You want to save, but you have tried savings, but you always see yourself not being able to save, or maybe even eating your savings. You are even confused when it comes to investment. There are so many investments. You're like, where should I start from? Everything will be covered in the coaching session. So you can either go for a 1 hour coaching session, which is like, I call it a quick fix. So we talk, we have a conversation, I dive in budgets, because there's a psychology towards budgeting and understanding your budget and actually sticking to your budget. So yes, you might have tried out different courses or templates, but maybe you realize that it's not working for you. Everything will be broken down because you learn about budgeting, you learn about savings, you learn about investments, you also learn about, to top it off, the icing on the cake, you learn about business finance too. So it's not out there, but we're taking pre-orders for those that are interested in the course. It's called Master Your Money course. So there are 4 ways actually. If you want to work directly with me, which I recommend, okay, the 1 hour coaching session or the 1 month coaching session. Then if you want templates, you can go with templates. The course is not yet ready, so let's not talk about cost. So either 1 month, 1 hour, or you want templates.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Barbara. Please just follow her after this session and ask more questions. And then somebody said she wants those online platforms where one's talent can be monetized. Okay, I know she mentioned Fiverr, she mentioned Upwork. Okay, I'll send that to you. I'll send that to you. And then Instagrammer said, if you don't teach family members how to fish, they'll become entitled. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming, Barbara.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you. Please go to Barbara's page. She's called The Money Coach, and follow her. She has so many lessons, right on her page. I mean, when you get there, there are so many things you're going to learn right away before you even start working with her. Thank you so much, Barbara, for coming. Thank you for sharing with us. It was a very insightful session. Bye-bye. Thank you, Barbara. To our wonderful guests, to our wonderful viewers, thank you so much for being here. Even though network was a bit erratic at some point, but you stayed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you learned a lot in this session. Please catch the replay of the first session and this one. And for the sessions of yesterday, they were super, super, super hot. Please go to my IGTV, or you can find them. We are also streaming live to Facebook and YouTube simultaneously, so you can find them. You can find the videos there. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, we are back here again at 4 p.m. For 3 sessions. I hope you are enjoying the conference so far. Thank you very much. God bless you. It's bye for now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember, for transformation to happen, you need to implement everything that we are learning here. So please go back, put pen on paper, and begin to work out your plan, because you need to change strategy. I am changing strategy, because if you've been doing something the same way and you're not achieving results, you need to go back to the drawing board and get your thoughts back together again. And that is why this conference is ongoing right now, to get us back to the drawing board so we can unlearn and relearn. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.